Hello humans, welcome to Something Different episode 1. I have decided to speak about something completely different, something that I do have a massive passion for, and that's universe, stars, ancient civilization, anything that could, let's just say a little bit of science fiction, but I don't think it's that much science fiction. So, today the first episode is about elongating skulls. In the Chinese province of Jilin, it's an ancient burial site known as Hutamunga, where researchers found 25 human skeletons. These skulls, long-dead individuals, were elongated far beyond of what is considered normal for Homo sapien. Some of the Hutamunga skulls dated as far back as 12,000 years ago, up to 5,000 years ago. So it's a gap of 7,000 year period. And it must be pointed that this is not unique to China. This is going all over the world. Goes to Africa, Euro-Asian continent, America as well. The question is, how did humanity discover civilization that quick? Well, it is believed that two gods that basically had a group of other 7 gods start civilization to that part of the world, and they were described as very tall, long-headed. Now, if we look at the prehistoric records throughout Egypt, the mountains of central China, the monasteries of Tibet, as well as Mesoamerica and into Peru, we found that in ancient periods, the beings with elongating skulls, they had mystical powers. They were able to do things that normal humanity, ordinary humanity couldn't do it. They were able to heal themselves. They were able to heal other bodies. They understood time in a different way. They were even able to see in the past and see in the future, which is quite crazy. Why we can't do that, you know? The second example, we're gonna go to Malta in the Mediterranean Sea, where ancient people built world only known prehistoric subterranean temple. The Hal Saflian Hypogeum is the name. And inside of the lower chambers of the temple's necropolis, archaeologist Themistocles Zamet discovered thousands of elongating skulls in the early 1900s. The interesting fact about it is the skulls, the elongated, the remains, they never been determined. So who were they and where did they came from? It's a good question. Who are they? And this is why context is so important. Because one, if we're looking only at the picture of the skull, we might never gonna find out the truth. But if we are looking with the context of the human in the area, tells us throughout the written records, throughout the artifacts, throughout the oral tradition, throughout everything what they've been through, that humanity always and always had a relationship with the cosmos. So what if we have the family up in the stars? To number 3, one of the most elongated heads in Egypt, are Pharaoh Akhenaten and his wife Nefertiti and later King Tut. Akhenaten is considered the heretic king in ancient Egypt about 1400 BC. Originally he is portrayed as a normal looking human being, but suddenly Egyptians start portraying him with what is more clearly to be an elongating skull. Some doctors, they said he had a disease and he passed it to his kids as well. Personally, I do not believe, just because a great answer is coming from looking at the metaphysics that Akhenaten introduced monotheism to the world. He introduced the worship of Aten, which he called the disk. Egyptologists at some point did some research and they thought Akhenaten worshipped the sun and the disk represented the sun, but they were actually wrong. Akhenaten said that the Aten symbolized the light that illuminates the sun. Now, the light that illuminates the sun, that it's a massive leap in the consciousness that he's introducing at that time, and he passed it to his kids. Perhaps it could be a correspondence between the giant leap in the consciousness that he introduced and perhaps the cranial capacity that he actually possessed and passed it to his kids. The researcher told us that the elongating skulls, the cranial capacity, could be 2.5 times bigger than an ordinary human being. So let's just think what you could do consciousness-wise. So consciousness-wise, if you will have a cranial capacity 2.5 times bigger. I'm gonna move to Paracas in Peru, where in 1928 an archaeologist, Julio, made an amazing discovery. He discovered the largest elongating skulls in the world. Tello found more than 300 elongating skulls, but they are nothing similar with the Homo sapiens. They are completely different from any other human skulls. And the reason for that is because Paracas skulls, they're missing the sagittal suture and they only have one parietal plate. In 2018, William Brown and Nassim Haradeim, the scientists, did a carbodating on a few skulls, and when the results came back, they made an amazing discovery. William Brown even said they were well preserved. That is his words. They were well preserved. The hair was still present. His perspective was 400 years at maximum. But when the results came back, they found out that Paracas skulls, they were over 2,000 years ago. And this is the last sentence. John Hopkins did an analysis, deep sequencing genomics care, and shows that there is no alignment to the human reference genome. Like these skulls, these specific skulls that they found, not all 300, but a few of them, they are nothing to do with us. So it's something else. Anyway, humans, I will see you on the next episode.